Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. The NOAA Central Library Seminar Program provides an educational forum for the presentation of ideas, research updates, and news in support of NOAA's mission. This one is going to be a training. I'm Katie. Please note this presentation is being recorded, and your name, email, and questions will be shared with the presenters after the fact. And as an attendee, you're muted, so please place all your questions in the question panel. Questions will be asked at the end of the presentation. The way our presentation is set up today is we will be having about a 15-20 minute training session on OverDrive, which we're very excited about. And then we will be reserving the last 10 to 15 minutes for a Q&A. If you have any technical issues, such as no audio or visuals, please try logging off and back on, as that solves most issues with GoToWebinar. As I said, today's training is on OverDrive, the latest ebook package that the NOAA Central Library has purchased. We're very, very excited about it. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Lauren, who is going to walk us through OverDrive. Lauren, I turn it over to you.
Thank you, Katie. So I'll turn on my webcam for a few moments just so everyone can see me. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Lauren Bajda. I'm a training specialist at OverDrive. I'm working from the convenience of my home, currently in Cleveland, Ohio. So today we're going to talk about how you can explore NOAA's digital collection through the OverDrive website and the Libby app. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to focus on the presentation here. I wanted to start off with a quick recap of the different categories of titles that NOAA Library will include in this collection. So they will offer titles across business management, leadership, mentoring, diversity and inclusion, along with work-life balance and remote work skills. So recommendations will be considered in light of these areas of interest. Now, this can be accessed two ways, through the website or an app. So you can choose whichever experience you prefer. If you prefer using your laptop or desktop computer, you can visit the following link, noaalibs.overdrive.com, and I'll follow up with a PDF so you can access this link or simply put it in your web browser. Now through here, you can explore ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines around the topics mentioned on the previous slide. If you are someone who prefers to read and enjoy content on a tablet or your cell phone, you have access to the Libby app. Now this is a free app which can be downloaded from the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. And you can also visit it in your web browser if that's even easier by going to libbyapp.com. Now from here, you will have access to all of those same ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines. And what's great is that you can download it so then you can read and enjoy offline. Personally, I enjoy downloading an audiobook and listening to it when I'm in the car. So what I'd like to do is take a quick moment, if you don't mind, go into the chat field, if that is available, and let me know which experience you are interested in, the Libby app or the OverDrive website. I'll quickly highlight both, but I'd like to get a feel for which experience you think you will use perhaps most often, the app or the website experience.
So Lauren, we've got a bit of mix. It looks like website might be the most popular, but definitely some that are going through the app or through OverDrive itself. But
Excellent.
Libby is showing up. It's a good mix.
Okay, good. So what I'm going to do, just because I have some screens here, let's go ahead and quickly start with the Libby app, and then we'll go to the website. So when you first sign into the Libby app, you're going to download it. it's going to ask if you have a library card. In this case, you're just signing in with your credentials. Don't worry about that. You're just going to go ahead and say yes. And then next, you can simply search for your library. In this case, it's going to be NOAA's Library Network. And then once you tap on that, you will be able to enter your account details. Now you will see the terms library a lot throughout here, and that's because Libby is used for public libraries, corporate libraries, all across the nation. So that's just a pretty general field there. But at this time, you will be taken to NOAA, where you can follow the prompts. Oh, I went a little fast there. And you would go ahead and sign in with your username and password. Now, this similar sign-in process is going to appear for the website as well. You will sign in with your NOAA username and password. And then you're going to see your digital card. So through NOAA, you can borrow 3 titles at a time, and you can place up to 3 titles on hold at a time. And at that point, you are entered in your digital collection. So this is where I'm going to jump out into a live demo, but I wanted to make sure to show you that sign-in process. And if you have any questions, we'll be sure to answer those at the end around signing in. So let me go ahead and switch my view. And let's see here. Okay. So today I'm going to demo Libby in my web browser simply because I'm using my desktop computer today for the demo. Now, a few quick things to navigate the app. You're simply going to search for a title, and that's available in the lower left-hand corner. You can do a quick or an advanced search. By tapping on this library card icon, this is where you can browse all of the great content that NOAA has to offer. So at the top, you can use some of these filters to view what's popular, what's new, what's currently available. You can set a preference, and then you can scroll down to see some great collections that NOAA has put together for you. When you find a title you're interested in, you can simply click on it to get more details and then borrow it right away. Once you borrow a title, it is going to live on your shelf. This is where you can view all of your loans and holds. And then the final tab at the back is your activity timeline. So you can keep track of all of the titles you've borrowed and returned throughout the app. So to quickly show you how this works, I'm going to go ahead and do a search for a title within the collection. In particular, let's take a look at Connection Culture. I'm going to click on this title. Here I see that, well, both of these titles do have a hold on them. So I can simply place a hold. And in this case, we'll see that this title will be available for us in about 2 weeks. So I'm just going to go ahead and place a hold. You can choose to get notified when this title is available. I recommend doing that. But for time's sake, I'm just going to say not now. And then let's go ahead and keep browsing for a title that is available. How about we return to the library's homepage? I'm going to double click to return to the homepage. I could find another title that I'm interested in. You can go ahead and borrow and then confirm. Since I am doing a demo today, I'm just going to read a sample so I don't take this title away from anybody. And to highlight some of the e-reading features, you're going to tap in the center of the screen, and then you can tap on the right-hand side of the page to turn the page. You can jump to any chapter, If there is a word you are unfamiliar with, you're going to tap, hold, and let go. You can pull up a definition. You can highlight that word or a paragraph, and you can search within the title for a specific word or character. Additionally, in the upper right-hand corner, you can adjust your reading settings. This is a really great way to customize the experience. So you can make the font larger or smaller. You could adjust the background lighting, and these features are available in the app and the website. And then you can adjust the font as well. And we do like to point out this open dyslexic font as it may help readers who experience dyslexia. And these settings are sticky, so whatever you choose is going to stick for the next ebook that you open up. And then when you're done, you're simply going to tap back. I could return all the way to my home page. And now to show you when we return to our shelf. Oh, I read a sample, that's why. When you borrow a title, it will appear on your shelf. So within the Libby app, you can search for a title, browse the NOAA collection, view all loans and holds on your shelf, and view your activity timeline. Finally, in the center, you will see the Libby logo. This is where you can view your main menu. If you do have a public library, which also offers OverDrive, you can add that collection as well. That's a seamless way to browse between your work and public library collections. And if you have any questions, you can go here to get some help. We have a great in-app help center. All right, so that's an overview of the Libby app. I'm going to switch gears now, and we're going to talk about the website experience. Let's see here if I've got the right website. There we go. So to explore NOAA's digital collection, once again, you're going to visit noaalibs.overdrive.com. I'm already signed into a demo account today, but in the upper right-hand corner, you will be prompted to sign in with those same credentials as I showed you within the Libby app. Now from here, you can browse the homepage, which is going to show all of those same collections that you saw within the app. One nice feature about the website, you can see right off the bat if a title is available or on hold. Some additional ways to search for titles, you can browse by subject, collection. If you are interested in sending titles to a Kindle device, you can specifically look for ebooks that are Kindle compatible. Here is where you can complete a quick or advanced search. And then after you find a great title to enjoy, you're going to view all of your loans, holds, and more on your shelf. So let's go ahead and quickly borrow an audiobook this time. I'm going to go ahead and complete a search. Let's see if this title is available. Probably not, because this is a popular. How about I just type in Brene Brown? Excellent. So here we see several titles by Brene Brown. You can see the format as well, if it's an audiobook or an ebook. I'm going to go ahead and choose this audiobook version. Here we are taken to the title details page, where you can borrow or listen to a sample. In this case, I'm simply going to listen to a sample. A few features to be aware of. You're going to play it by simply tapping the play icon in the center of the screen. In the upper right-hand corner, you do have some settings. By tapping and dragging down, you can adjust the speed of the audio. Naturally, it's going to be regular, 1 times the regular speed, but you can slow it down or speed it all the way up to 3 times. You can set a sleep timer by tapping once or tapping and dragging down to customize. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see your main menu where you can jump between chapters. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of the sample. And last, I did want to mention that magazines are in this collection as well. So when I go up to the top under collections, you can quickly explore all of the great magazines that NOAA has for you to offer, and it has a really nice reading experience. Now, I did hear that some of you are interested in recommending titles for purchase. If there is a specific title you are interested in seeing within the collection, and from my understanding, that Katie and Joan asked that you recommend titles that are within those topic areas that we discussed earlier. In this case is, search for the specific title that you want. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to see a section that says recommend, or instead of borrow, here it's going to say recommend. And that's one way that you can do it. And then just a disclaimer that by recommending a title, it will not instantly be bought, it will be reviewed and considered for purchase. Okay, so that is the end of my demo. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Katie. And Katie, if there's anything else that you would like me to showcase, I am more than happy to do that.
Thank you so much, Lauren, and thank you for ending on the recommendation. I'm going to pass it over to Joan Siegel, who is our procurement officer over here in the NOAA Central Library. And Joan, if you want to share your screen and show the library's policy and where people can find that, that would be great. So I'm going to make you the presenter.
Oh, I actually didn't have that up, Katie. I'm sorry, I didn't realize
no
that
problem.
you wanted me to share that.
No problem. I can show my screen and show everyone that information right now. So give me 1 second.
And while Katie's bringing that up, I can just let you know that it's part of our LibGuide that's on the NOAA Central Library homepage. And this is our OverDrive collection development policy, which states just what Lauren was saying, that we are collecting in the areas of diversity and inclusion, management leadership, career development, employee and organizational development. We do collect popular science titles if they are not already in our other two ebook platforms. And if they are only available on OverDrive, we will collect them there. And work-life balance kinds of self-improvement that's directed towards work functions. So that's kind of the collection development. If you recommend things that are outside of that, we will not add them, and we'll probably direct you to your public library, especially for anything that is not a nonfiction title, if it's a novel or if it's outside of our collection development areas.
Thanks so much, Joan. And I am going to hop over to that LibGuide that we spoke of. So when you're on the NOAA Central Library's homepage and you go to our research tools, you can find our subject guides, and within those subject guides will be one titled eBooks. So I am in here already, but this is going to be your homepage. So from this location, you can suggest a title, and this doesn't have to be within OverDrive. This can just be a title that you heard of, you were listening to, NPR or something, and you stumbled across a title that sounds very relevant to your work and something you need for your work. This would be a great place to come suggest that. You can, of course, always email the library at library.reference@noaa.gov, but also here. So we just need a title, if you have the name of the author or the publisher, and especially if you have a link to the material you would like, and then your email. So fill out this information, it'll go to us, and we will, of of course, evaluate which one of our platforms this could best fit on, or if it is within our scope. So OverDrive is going to be this first tab over, and very, very, hopefully understandable. This is how you get into it. This is what it's going to look like. Here are the ebooks and audiobooks and what the scope is, how to read online, an example of the magazines. And you can also recommend, it'll show you how to recommend through OverDrive on their help page here. And this is where you'll find that policy document that we were showing you. So I'm gonna go over a few of those questions that were asked. Give me 1 second. So the first question we had come in was, what if you already have a Libby app through your personal library? Can you add the NOAA library as well? And I'm going to say yes. Lauren, is there anything special they need to do for that?
So yes, the answer is yes. Do you want me to quickly show?
Yeah, that would be great. So I will make you the presenter again. Thank you all for bearing with us as we swap screens.
Thank you, Katie. All right. So within the Libby app, if you already have it downloaded, let's say you are already using it with your public library, all you're going to do is click on the Libby logo in the bottom navigation bar, and you're going to add a library. So underneath your libraries, you'll probably see your public library here. You're simply going to add a library, type in NOAA, sign in with the proper credentials, and then the next time you go to the Libby main menu, you will now have 2 libraries that you can easily jump between. So it's that simple.
Great, thank you. So we're having a few questions about having issues signing in. So I put in the chat that the way you sign in, Lauren, can you share your screen again?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so when you sign in, how you're going to sign in is you're going to, can you try and like, I'm not sure how you can do this, Lauren, but like sign out and sign back in kind of thing.
Yeah, let me just pause
Basically
here for a second.
Yeah, pause that. So how we do it is you're on the Libby app, you're asking, do you have a library card? Yes, you do. And then you're going to search for your library. So you're going to type in NOAA, you found the library network. Perfect, you click on that.
Oh, I think because I'm already signed in.
She's already logged in.
Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah. So what you're going to be signing in with your NOAA email address. So it's going to be your first name, last name, and then your email password. So what I'm seeing is some people are doing the first name, last name, and it asks for an email address. So the issue may be that you are not signed, these are good questions, really, really good questions. I'm gonna look into this a little bit more, but I want to ask another question of you, Lauren. Are you able to change the fonts while in a magazine?
So yes and no. When you are looking at a magazine just in the page, like page by page, that's going to be the default magazine font. However, if you read a specific article in what we call article view, any font that you change it to in your settings, it will appear in that article view. So it's going to allow you to make the font larger or smaller or adjust the font type.
And I just want to go back to clarify when you're the login username and password, that password, if you've ever had to, we occasionally have to re-authenticate our Google access, and that is the same password that you would use here. That's your email password.
Yes, I'm seeing that some folks were logging in online and having difficulty with Safari, but it worked with Chrome, please remember you do have to have your CAC card inserted into your computer. This is how we are authenticating you, is through not exactly your CAC card, but through your credentials. So you do have to have your NOAA email address and your NOAA email password. I personally have downloaded Libby on my phone and logged in with no problem. But if it's not letting you redirect, if it's not redirecting you to NOAA's sign in, that's the real problem. So I'm thinking some of you are not being redirected to the NOAA login, NOAA credentialing, which Lauren is showing right now. This is where you're supposed to be signing in. And there was a question about security. So you can use this on your personal cell phone and use your NOAA login. It's not a security issue because there is nothing on your phone that is needed, no equipment. So single sign-on, which is what this is called, has nothing to do with requiring government equipment, whether on your laptop or your phone. So when you're going through Libby or OverDrive, it just relies on your NOAA username and password. Basically, when you're signing in, you are redirected to a NOAA site that's not Libby or OverDrive. So once you are successfully signed in, you are redirected back to OverDrive. So basically, there is no security issue with it. You're going through nothing that requires any extra security. So I hope that answers that question. Let's see if we have any more questions. How do you add a library to your NOAA account through the app? I cannot seem to find where do I add a library. Okay, how do I add a library to your NOAA account?
And that should be what we just covered in adding a library.
Yeah, I hope that answered the question. If you downloaded Libby, got your NOAA account, and then you realized, you live in Silver Spring, Maryland, and you realize that the Montgomery County Library System also uses OverDrive, it should be a very easy process of just adding a library. Yep, so on that process. Okay, let's see, are there any other questions that possibly don't have? Okay. Some folks, it took a few times to log in on the app. So if we don't have any more questions, I really am grateful to Lauren for coming on and showing us all of this, and also for everyone for joining us today. We want to thank you for bearing with us through all the screen changes and answering those questions about logins. It's always a tricky part. If we didn't get to your question, rest assured we're going to be reviewing these all on the back end, and if we miss something, we will reach out to you offline. Following this event, there's going to be a quick survey pop-up that we hope you can all fill out. We use this feedback in the library to improve our seminars and get new ideas for seminars. But with that, I hope everyone has a safe and enjoyable rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoy OverDrive as much as we have enjoyed getting it set up. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.